Hello everyone, this is Bree here, and I'm back with another show and tell. So the pop culture artifact I want to advocate for today is the Saw film franchise. Now, if you are unfamiliar with Saw, for about the past 20 years, in fact more than 20 years, Saw has become one of the most iconic horror series. Not just in my personal opinion, but widespread. So a little bit of background about Saw. The first film was created by James Wan and Lee Wanell in 2004. It's actually the year I was born, fun fact. Actually, another fun fact, the first film was only filmed in one room. That's how small this budget was. But basically, it's a psychological horror. Elaborate traps, moral dilemmas, pretty gory. Follows a central figure, John Kramer, which is essentially the mastermind. He creates all the traps and other kinds of things. And it basically goes through his journey and what he does to people. Now, in my opinion, I like Saw because he's not, your average Joe serial killer, because they're making these decisions. He's setting them up, but they're making the decisions. So James Wan and Lee, like I said, they officially launched the series, but there were many directors and writers over the years. Like I said, it's been over 20 years now. Tobin Bell remains the franchise's most recognizable actor, embodying Jigsaw's chilling philosophy. More recent films, Spiral, which has Chris Rock in it, Samuel L. Jackson, Saw 5 Return. These are newer ones. But if you really want to love it like I do, you've got to watch it from the beginning and start it in chronological order. So right now there's currently 10 films. So if you're bored, now you know what you're doing. It's really gone into a bunch of different things, sequels, spin-offs. The main reasons I want to highlight for, why it matters. Number one, it's more complex than a regular horror franchise. Now, what I say by this, it's very intricate. So each film will have flashbacks, kind of like insider knowledge, if you will. Like kind of like with the Marvel franchise, like if you hadn't watched the first 50 movies, then you're not going to get that random reference. Essentially like that. So each movie is filling a gap from an earlier movie. Like to this day, even we're connecting current Saw movies to the first Saw movie that came out in 2004. You don't see that a lot today. So I find that very interesting. Secondly, I kind of touched on this earlier, but I enjoy John Kramer's storyline because he finds these people who have made bad decisions. He gives them a second chance at life. Essentially, live or die, make your choice. I'm sure you've heard that before by that cute, creepy little doll. But I just find that interesting. I think, if you think about it, he's not really killing anyone, but he is, And lastly, cultural impact. A lot of films like Saw have kind of come out as like this BDSM torture porn kind of thing. You will not find that in Saw. Obviously there are some, more graphic than others, but these are not sexually driven, which I can appreciate in a film because most movies and franchises and books are surrounded in sex. So to wrap it up, with all 10 films, unforgettable characters, and, a storyline that just keeps us guessing. I believe this is a must-watch, and I hope you can agree too. Last note here, I think my favorite Saw movie is probably Saw 4, which you won't hear a lot of. But if you watch all of these films in chronological order, you'll understand why. And then watch them again and again and again, and you'll find more plot holes, egg holes, or Easter eggs, whatever they're called. Thanks, guys.